This will be setup of the eufy Homebase 3. This has the hard drive already installed in it, but we're going to bring in our eufy application over here. We're going to click the plus sign right here, and then we're going to select what we want. In this case, here we go. Homebase 3, we select. It says, where do you want to add this? I want to add this to my current home. Going to say next. Now it is telling us we need to plug in the device, power, and Ethernet. So we're going to do that really quickly and then plug in the power. And there we have it flashed blue really quick, and there it's red. All right, so that's continuing to flash. There's no extra instructions here. We're going to hit next. All right, so I have to connect my phone to the same Wi-Fi as the router, and we're going to wait 1 minute until the LED turns from red to blue, and that's going to say, why is this red? Well, we're going to let that do what it needs to do and see how long it takes.
Welcome to eufy Security. Follow the instructions in the eufy Security app to set up the system.
And there you go. It's ready to go. So we're going to hit next over here. And there is a QR code that I need to scan. There'll be a QR code underneath here that we're just going to go grab.
Homebase has received a pairing request. Press the sync button on the back to accept it.
It's a little tricky for this setup, but right there, flashing, we're going to press that. So now I'm going to flip it around.
Homebase was added successfully.
And there we go. Homebase was added successfully. In the app, it says, give it a name. So we're just going to call this Homebase 3, and it was added successfully. I'm going to hit next, so I can add familiar faces. I can take a photo, or I can do it from the album. We're going to skip that for now, since we're just setting up the home base. It's quickly going to check for firmware. It does require an update, and what I'm going to swipe down from the top here is, since it has a hard drive in it already, it wants me to format that hard drive. So we're going to update it and then format the hard drive. This will be setup of the eufy S3 Pro. You got to be by your Homebase 3. You're going to come into the application, select the plus sign, and then we're going to select battery camera. This is a pre-build of the application, so that's why things might look a little fuzzy to you. But here we have the S3 Pro. I'm going to select that. I'm going to add it to my home, so Wanderer Home. You've got to have this camera within 1 millimeter of the home base. So you go, I am ready. On the bottom of the S3 Pro, there is a sync button, which we are going to press for 2 seconds until you hear a beep, which you do. And then on the application, we're going to hit next. And there's a chattering going on between the two of them. There's a high-pitched beeping that I can hear. So it is trying to pair the two devices.
Device was added successfully.
And there we go. It was added. You can see Alex A is already picking it up. It's already picking up my movement as I'm standing in front of it. So we're just going to kind of point it that way for a moment, because then we do next. And it's showing that the battery is 76%. It suggests we charge it. Takes about 8 hours to fully charge, showing you where the charge port is. So that's kind of nice. And you can test your Wi-Fi signal strength. So I can say, I'm ready. It's showing that I have great signal strength, as you might imagine, because it's right back there. And then it's loading up the live feed for this. And we'll probably just see the Wi-Fi router behind it once it loads up. This part's interesting. It's a pre-production, so it's kind of got watermarking of my email. So I don't want to show you that, but it's showing best practices for mounting solo, best practices for mounting with a solar panel, mounting guide, mounting template, how to use the brackets, how to place the brackets, proper angling of the camera, and then next. And where will this be going? Backyard, front yard, blah, blah, blah. So for me, this will be in the backyard, and select next. So right now it's set for most efficient notifications and the microphone on and audio recording on. That's fine. And there we go. Setup is done.